On to race number 4 then. That was the fourth on the programme. First leg of the massive TT. It's a class 4 over the 1200 metres. Headed now by Money Marshall. Brett Preble from barrier 14. On debut here for Michael Friedman. 70-70, beaten favourite last night at a Happy Valley. Cordyceps on debut. Francis Loy and Derek Long. Mighty Maverick gets the inside gate here. Joe Moreira, rare ride for Derek Cruz. Sunshine Holiday, first start for Ricky Yu. Down to Super Eurostar from barrier 2 with £10 off. You'd imagine he'll be trying to roll forward.
I thought the pace was good to slow here. They've got Money Marshall sitting outside a Super Eurostar. I think initially the battle will be between Super Eurostar and Flying Lover, with the 14 for Victor Wong finding the rail in the front. And I didn't really see any other opposition. So it'll be good initially, but then I think they might ease it up, and it might suit those in the first half for me.
It's the race number 4. Here's 70-70. He'll go out one of the favourites in this race. Second favourite currently at the moment. He's only had the 3 starts, and he's looked good in those 3 starts. Good third behind Zero Hedge last time, and he's coming back here to Sha Tin. I think will suit him. Here's Cordyceps. Now, he's a first starter. If you're wondering what Cordyceps is, it's big in Chinese medicine here. It's a fungi, comes up from the Himalayas, and it's called Himalayan Viagra, is its name. So there's Cordyceps running nicely there, and Sunshine Holiday with Neil Cullen aboard. Could be an Nat Quinella, that. He's going nicely as well with a change of stables, as you mentioned, and he's a really nice sort of fluent galloper, but he has missed the start in a couple of his trials.
Well, I sort of semi-stepped into it at the start of the show, and now Paul has, because how do you know all that, Paul?
Oh, I was watching a documentary on the National Geographic about how they collect this fungi in the Himalayas.
Okay.
Big triple trio here, just shy of $15.5 million. It's an estimated dividend here in the region of $27 million if you can land the triple trio on Sunday. We will try and help you here, starting off with Mighty Maverick. And Joe Moreira, just his 3rd ride all season for Derek Cruz here.
Well, what do you do with this fellow? He's having start 40. He's been in the market a lot of late. He's only won twice. We know he's got talent. He's had issues along the way. There's been a fair bit of money specking for him as well in the last few months. I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to win, but I've had my goes at him on the win line. I
threw him in for 4th. He's $2.20 is far too short for him. He's been a disappointing horse, I thought. But he's so well rated at the moment.
Yeah, he's $2.20 favourite, though, at this early stage. 70-70 was favourite last time out, but beaten. Let's find out about his chances with jockey Zach Pert.
Zach, 70-70, lightly raised horse. He's been placed 2 from 3. Do you think you'll be better off getting to Sha Tin on the weekend?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I thought his run at Happy Valley was a really good run. You know, he's since come back and trialled here on the dirt, and his trial wasn't too bad. He's obviously got an engine. He's got the ability, but mentally he's very fragile. And he just doesn't know how to apply himself 100% at the moment. But if he's to put it together, he's obviously good enough.
In that run at Happy Valley, he wore the blinkers for the first time. What difference did they make, do you think?
Yeah, he did seem a little bit sharper in the run, but he's got this habit in the straight of sort of hanging in a little bit and not quite coming out when you want him to. He just, instead of working with you, he's working against you all the time. So once he sorts that out, he'll be fine. And I think the blinkers is part of trying to get into focus a little bit more.
Spoke earlier on in the week to Joe Moreira about the premiership battle between yourself and him. According to him, the title race is over. Should we just be handing it over to you now?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to stand here and play the violin like Joe did, saying that he's got no support and whatnot else. He's clearly got support. I think this weekend is a big weekend, and it could probably decide the title race. If he's to go and have a big day, it's going to make it hard for me, and he's got the book of rides to be able to do that. Now, he wants to cry me a river and say he's got a suspension coming up, but he forgets that I spent half of April out suspended myself. I went from 5 winners behind to 15 behind, so you know, it hasn't been easy for me. I've had to claw my way back, and I just hope from this point on, I don't want to see Joe get suspended again. I obviously don't want to get suspended myself. I'd like to see it to be a good, hard, strong battle. I think everyone wants to see that, and hopefully we can take it to the wire.
Yeah, that's what we all want, I think. Joe's got 9 rides on the weekend, Zach's got 8. I thought on balance, Joe probably had the better book coming this weekend. What do you make of all that, though?
Row. That's what I make of all that, but it's great stuff. Look, they're 2 world-class jockeys. One's having a scratch at one, the other one's responding, which is what we were all hoping for. Let's get it out on the park now and see how it unfolds. They're both deserved winners of whatever takes place, but It's just going to be interesting to see how it all pans out, with still plenty of meetings to go.
Yeah, it adds an extra bit of spice, doesn't it? And a lot of interest.
Neil might run over the top of them late.
Yeah,
That would take something, I think.
that would be huge. Yeah, but no, look, it's really good that it's such a close battle. I know the punters out there have sort of taken one side of the fence against the others, but they're both world-class jockeys, so wish them both the best.
Interesting to see who the most popular jockey is at the end of the season. Too,
Absolutely, yeah. Closely run thing, I should imagine, this year. 70-70 we've heard about, but here he is again, along with Sunshine Holiday. Is that the one start so far?
Yeah, no, Sunshine Holiday just ran over 1,000 metres. He drew 2 and he just sort of ran on. He'd missed the start again. That's his problem. He misses the start, this horse. But if he can put it all together, he's by Fastnet Rock. He's well bred. And he's been galloping really well in the mornings, as I showed you earlier on. So I expect a big run from him. He's a good price, double figures. 77, and we heard from Zach. He's a little bit mentally fragile at the moment, but he's got ability.
Yep, I ended up siding with him because I like him as a nice type of horse going forward, but Sunshine Holiday is a very nice stamp of a horse as well.
All right, Money Marshall gets a start here, gets a wide gate, Ifrage 3-year-old.
Yeah, no, he's comes into this race. He was an emergency, and we saw that little bit of track work with Bellagio earlier on, so it'd be interesting to see once Bellagio does run. Cheek pieces go on for his debut. He's 1137 pounds, and he has had lameness issues, though.
He has. Yeah, I didn't put him in, but I'd be interested to see what Jenny says. His trials have been OK.
All right, Mighty Maverick is favourite for Joe Moreira. Is he in for you, Paul?
Yeah, I'll put him in for 4th just to keep him safe, but look, you wouldn't want to be taking anywhere near $2.20 on him. He's only won twice from his 39 starts. So I went to Sunshine Holiday. He's only had the 1 start. I think he's a progressive horse. Eventually he'll need 14 or 1600, but I still think he can run well fresh here over 12. It's just the start. That's the question mark with him. 70-70, as we noticed, he's got a little bit of a chink as well. Just talking with the jockey there, Zach Patton. Super Eurostar's an interesting runner because he's going to go to the front and lead, and he's going to have 105 pounds on his back. So I think he can be there for a long period of the race. And then we put Mighty Maverick in for 4th. 10, 3, 14 and 8, but I went each way to 10.
Dare I say it, I've already made a few bold statements on this edition of Racing to Win, but I think this might be an easy leg of the TT. Paul and I have got the same 4 numbers, slightly different order. 70-70, Sunshine Holiday, Super Eurostar. I'm like Paul, I think this will run a real cheeky race out in front with no weight for Victor Wong. And Mighty Maverick's had too many chances for me. If he wins at 220, he can win without me. 3, 10, 14, 8. Did you have similar numbers, Andrew?
I've got exactly the same first 3, just slightly different order, yeah. 14, 3, 10, and just not listening in there for 4th place. So we're off and running for 27 million. Right, that's the first leg of the TT race 4. Up next for us, first leg of the 6 Up.